So one tip that I would like to give over here is that profile picture, the banner, the headline. No one wants to read a lengthy headline.
Just makes your LinkedIn profile well optimized. Two things I learned on LinkedIn today. Hello. Welcome to our podcast, Barely Balanced. This is Shruti.
This is Vanshika.
So today we are making a podcast about LinkedIn. Again, our first video was a beginner's guide to LinkedIn, where we have explained everything about how to optimize your profile. That was more of a theoretical video, but today we are making a practical video. How are we doing that? We are auditing our profiles. Vanshika will be auditing her profile simultaneously. I will be auditing my profile. We will be telling you all that why we have added certain things, why we have kept the profile we have kept, what is the reason, and how you can optimize your profile, which will help you in your career, or maybe if you want to start content creation on LinkedIn, any which ways. So yeah, let's just quickly get into it.
So we'll cover all of the sections one by one. So I'll talk about the profile picture, the banner, the headline, the about section, the featured section, the experience, the education section. So we'll cover everything one by one. Okay, so starting off with the profile picture. So I've kept my profile picture very minimal and kind of in casual clothes. So people have this perception that you should always, have your profile picture as very professional. Like you should have those coats and blazers on, and only then you can use that picture. Like that is the only way that you could have your LinkedIn profile as. Whereas it is not true. Like the picture should be decent and plain and simple. So you could even wear casual clothes and have that picture. You should also have a good smile, I would say, on your face, because it just makes you look more attractive and more appeasing to the eye. So, okay, that was the reason that I used this one. And also, if you'll observe the way I've adjusted this picture is that I have left 50% of space on the right side, 50% on the left side, and 50% on the top side. So my picture is in the center. This is how I've positioned it.
Yeah, right. So if we talk about my profile picture, then as Vanshika said, people have a perception that your profile picture should be very professional. And I have personally stuck to that perception, because I'll also tell you the reason. When I kept this profile picture, I was looking for internship opportunities while also looking for off-campus placement. So I thought sticking to a professional profile picture will make more sense. And when I started with LinkedIn, I had no plan of creating content and posting content. So since day one, I stuck with all the professional perceptions which people have about LinkedIn. Secondly, I have zoomed in my profile, because there is also one thing, this is also on the LinkedIn's report. If you go and read the article about how to keep your profile picture, they have also said this, that your profile picture should have 80% of your face. It should be very zoomed in. So I've stuck with that as well. If you see, my profile picture is very zoomed in. Also, again, adding on to Vanshika, as she said, your profile picture should be warm, it should have a smile. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So these are like two different options you can have. You can either start with more professional picture, or you could have a casual picture, but not very casual, a decent casual picture. But yeah, a smile, a warm picture which feels good, which looks good, which is very clear in terms of the clarity, is important.
All right, so that were our views on the profile picture. You could go with any of them, whichever you find is suitable according to your needs. Now, talking about the banner, so there are multiple ways in which you could design your banner. So the simplest way of one is that you could have a quote in your banner which maybe describes you, or let's say it's just a quote from a famous personality that you love the most. So you could just place that in the banner. Or other alternative could be that you should, let's say, so I'm from SRCC, so I could have placed the picture of SRCC as well because SRCC holds a good brand value. So that is another alternative.
Okay, so if I talk about my LinkedIn banner, then I've stuck with professional things again. I have added a picture because I feel adding a picture makes that human connect, and it looks visually appealing. So I've done that. I've added my name. I've also added my email ID because I started noticing many people were texting me on DMs about collaborations, about opportunities, which I didn't want it, because then your messages get lost in those DMs, and my DMs were flooded. So I kept my email ID, and this email ID is exclusively for all the brand collabs, for all the opportunities, or the people who are coming straight from LinkedIn. So that is that. Then Weaving Stories from Everyday Chaos is a line which I feel describes my content. I don't think so I have a particular niche, but this is how I will describe my content, that I use stories from the everyday chaos. Then live, college, internship, LinkedIn business is the major things which we talk about, like I talk about. मेरे को इतनी आदत हो गई ना वी बोलने की. Like I consider myself and Vanshika, I'm saying we. Okay, yeah. So live, college, internship, LinkedIn business is something which I talk about actively on LinkedIn. So that is also one thing which I've added in my banner.
So you should try to keep your headline within 2 lines. That would be best because no one wants to read a lengthy headline. It's not even a headline if you're making it of 3, 4 lines. A headline is supposed to be short and crisp. It should just define whatever you're doing currently. So I've mentioned SRCC 27 because this is the college I am in currently. Then co-host are the Red Barely Balanced, writing content that LinkedIn loves. So all of these things are things that I'm doing currently. Then I've written storyteller with a sunshine smile. So it is something that defines my personality because it is important that you also establish a human connect with the person who is reading it. So that is the reason that I've mentioned it. And then I've written business and economics enthusiast, so whatever you are interested in. So it just briefly summarizes about myself.
Yeah, correctly said. Your LinkedIn bio should briefly summarize yourself. That is right. देखो, मैं तुमको बहुत सिंपल सा एक ये दे देती हूँ, फॉर्मूला दे देती हूँ कि बायो कैसे बनाना है. It should showcase who are you, what you are doing, and what do you like doing, or what you will like to do in future. जैसे if I break down my LinkedIn bio, then who am I? I am a Mumbai University student, 2025. I'll tell you also why I've added these things in these particular segments. But who am I? Mumbai University, 2025 graduation student. Also, intern at Finite Media. What do I do? I am a co-host at Barely Balanced. What do I do? I study USA CMA. And what would I like to do and what my passions are? Host and creative writing. Now coming to why I have kept this sequence, then I feel जो भी मैंने आज तक किया है सबसे ज्यादा प्राउड आई एम बिकॉज ऑफ Barely Balanced. So that is like the number one thing. That is the reason I've kept co-host at Barely Balanced first. Then Finite Media comes before my undergraduation because that has taught me a lot, and I'm having a great time there. I'm getting to learn so much. So what deserve करता है second पे आना. Mumbai University 2025. I'll tell you the reason why I haven't added my college ka naam, because SRCC is a college. Vanshika has added SRCC at not DU. I have not added my college ka naam, and I've added Mumbai University because my college is not very recognized. If I'll add SDB 25, then no one will be able to understand ki, bro, which university is it or which college it is. It is not a tier 1 college. So I did a smart vote and I added Mumbai University because that is more recognized. And whenever someone will search, then they will get Mumbai University mein mera naam, mera profile as well. So that is the reason. USACMA again, that is the reason, because whenever someone will search USACMA or student of USACMA, my profile will pop up. Host is because again, this is the reason, because whenever someone search for post, you will get like my profile will be popped up, and I'm actually getting a lot of emails for the opportunities of host. So I think this thing also worked कि आपको अपने bio में ना ये सारी चीजें add कर देनी चाहिए, तब आपको उससे reach out, people reach out to you, आपको opportunities मिलती है. So this is the thing. Creative writer again, because I am a creative writer. That is my field of work, as I would like it to call. So yeah, that is the reason I've added these things, and is sequence now I've added those. Chalo, moving ahead.
Right. So now moving on to the about section. I'll just click on see more. Right. So now if you see my about section first, so I started off with a hook. So this will help you stalk me better. So now this is a line that when they're moving through your about section, you're moving through your profile, they'll see this line and they'll click on see more. So this is a line that will, tempt them to see कि हाँ यार इसने लिखा क्या हुआ है. So that is the reason that I've added a catchy hook to the about section. So, okay, you add a catchy hook in the beginning, then you start off with, so now if you observe my about section, I have divided it into four sections. So, firstly, it's currently, the things that I'm doing currently, then in parallel, then uske baad it's previously, and then additionally, beyond my professional and academic interests. So it's divided into four sections. It just helps give an overview about your entire life till now. So currently I'm studying at SRCC. In parallel towards that, I'm also a co-founder and host of Purely Balanced. I'm a content writer on LinkedIn, and I also have joined a society, so written about that. And then previously, I've written about my high school. So I was event executive there, represented my school at various business conclaves, did an internship. So everything that I did in my high school years, I wrote about that. Then uske baad, I wrote about the beyond section, that beyond my professional and academic pursuits, I love to sing, read novels. So this is kind of a line that makes that just adds a human touch to it. तो अभी तक जितना भी लिखा था वो काफी प्रोफेशनल हो रहा था. तो it's important कि you make the other person also relate to your about section. So if someone will read this last line and let's say they also love to sing and I also love to sing, so it just builds a human touch towards each other and they feel it relatable and they'll be like, okay, this is a person that also loves to sing. I also love to sing. So maybe they'll follow me. Maybe they'll love my profile and they'll scroll down through it. That is the reason I wrote all of this. And at last, you can provide your email ID. You can also write your LinkedIn. You could also mention your email ID in your LinkedIn banner, as Shruti has done. Or also, you could just mention it in the about section at the last. Both of them works.
Right. So I guess Vanshika very well summarized it. I have used the same strategy, a hook, a summary of your entire life, and at the end, a human touch to it. So I have started with, hi, this is Shruti. Thanks for being curious to know more about me. So this is a hook, basically. That is what this is for. Then I've, जैसे वंशिका ने यहाँ पे, she have divided this into four parts, I believe, currently, parallel, present, or previous, and future, right? If I'm not wrong. I have did the same thing, but I didn't wanted to write a entire sentence and I didn't wanted to make it in a paragraph format. तो मैंने उसको बहुत कट शॉर्ट करके ट्रिप्स करके मैंने उसे I would say points wise में लिख दिया. So if you go through my LinkedIn bio, it will tell you everything about me. Who am I? A 20-year-old TED, third year undergraduate student. Where do I stay? Mumbai. Social media, internet, Finite Media, founder and co-host of Barely Balanced. What am I doing on LinkedIn? That is mentioned. My achievements on LinkedIn, that is mentioned. How can I help you with? That is also mentioned. Please scroll up. And then I believe what do I like doing is also mentioned. These themes, what do I like doing? This is basically mentioned because of the human connect. And if someone is reading my profile and they feel कि okay, इसने यहाँ पे लिखा हुआ है hosting and anchoring. Maybe she likes hosting and anchoring and she is good at it. Maybe I can present her with opportunity. So उस वजह से that is written. And then at the end, I have written very diverse set of interests plus skills plus experience. I am a believer of jack of all trades, master of some. Thank you. Gets back to work. Again, this is for a human connect. I feel this is very fun and people might smile when they read this. So that is the reason.
Yeah, I mean, we understand that LinkedIn is a professional platform, but everything just can't be very professional. Like, you have to add a human touch to it. Only then you'll be able to build a community around you. You'll be able to build a personal brand.
So Vanshika very well summarized it. I'll just tell you why I have kept the post in these sequence. Firstly, I've mentioned, as I have mentioned earlier, belly balance is something I'm very, very proud of. So that has to come first. Then the second post is about the Zepto post, which is one of the post, or I would say, अभी तक की मेरी सबसे viral वाली post यही थी. I've got around 3 lakhs impressions on this, which is crazy. So that I've kept second. Then third, which post is third? I forgot. Yeah, this post is my personal favorite post of LinkedIn. Like Sare post per se, this is the one I love the most because this is again about belly balanced and in life journal. It also got kind of viral, I believe. So yeah, that is the reason. Fourth, let me see. I don't know which post I've kept. Two things I learned on LinkedIn today. Okay, this was kind of a series which I was trying to follow, which I didn't follow because I forgot that I started with a series. But yeah, this is a post which I feel is sort of nice, which summarizes everything which I've learned in past 6 years, 6 months, about marketing, about being co-founder at Barely Balanced, about startups, and about everything. So that was the reason I added that post. So yeah,
Right. So now
moving ahead.
yeah, moving on to the experience section. So over here, there isn't much to explain over here. So you write all of the experiences that you've had in your life. So I've written about the society that I've joined, about Barely Balanced, about me being a content writer on LinkedIn, and all the other experiences that I've had. Okay, so one tip that I would like to give over here is that whenever you're writing about any experience, make sure you also describe the impact that you had made in that particular experience. So, like when I was there in Barely Balanced, when I am there in Barely Balanced, so I've written a brief description as to what Barely Balanced is, that it is a podcast wherein we help people navigate through their 20s. So, just a basic description, that is a self growth and self improvement podcast, then the impact that we have generated so far, and what is all the work that I'm doing currently. And if people want to reach out to us, then how could they do that? So I've even provided with the email ID. Similarly, if I move on to the content writer on LinkedIn, I've written that it's been 8 months since I've been on the platform, and this is what I've done in the 8 months. So you'll see that I've placed a lot of numbers. Like over here as well, I've added a lot of numbers even here. So this is the reason why I've placed all of this is because whenever you place numbers, it's just more easier to read, and it's more catchy to the eye as well. And also numbers are like, it just describes your achievements in a more better way rather than describing those qualitative things that, okay, this improved my communication skills. Like, how did that communication skills improvement, generated an impact? So that is what you have to write, and not that, it just improved your communication skills. If you saw our previous video with Anindya, you'll also see how he also emphasized upon this part, that you should focus on quantitative data more than the qualitative data. And this is the similar thing that I have followed over here. Yeah.
Yes, the same thing I have also followed. Social media executive at Finite Media. I haven't added a lot of things. I need to do that. So that's remaining. Co-founder and co-host of Belly Balanced. If you see, I have added everything, how Belly Balance started, to how we are shooting episodes, to what kind of work we do, like what Belly Balanced is about. That is mentioned. Then moving ahead, content creator LinkedIn. I'll tell you why I haven't added that LinkedIn ka logo and LinkedIn as a company, and just written LinkedIn there. That is the reason, because I'm not working in LinkedIn, right? Because when people search LinkedIn में जैसे Vanshika का it's LinkedIn वाली company she have added. तो जब लोग search करते हैं ना कि LinkedIn के employees कौन से हैं, तो हमारी profiles pop up हो जाती हैं, which I feel is not good. इसलिए इसकी वजह से मैंने LinkedIn as a company mention नहीं किया हुआ है. LinkedIn का सिर्फ नाम लिखा हुआ है क्योंकि LinkedIn पे content writer. Then same thing, I have also quantified everything, the SEO optimization, what I've written, learn the art of writing, storytelling, SEO optimization, impressions, and all of those stuffs. Then experience of head role in my school, what that taught me, what that experience looked like, all of those stuff. So yeah, basically same, similar things.
Okay, so now there's one thing that I would like to add. So she has written the head girl and the deputy head girl thing in the experience section. Now, if I would have been in her shoes, then I would have mentioned all of this in the education section, and not in the experience section. So people could have different narratives as to where you are going to place certain things, and that is absolutely fine, because you could have it in the experience section as well as in the education section, wherever you feel it justifies, it satisfies you more, you would have it placed. So there's no fixed structure that you have to follow, that, a particular creator is doing this, or we both are telling you this. So this is the absolute fixed structure that you'll have to use. You could just do it the way you like it, the way it reflects your personality better. And so yeah, it's very flexible. Okay, moving on to the education section. Again, over here, one thing that I would like to say is that when you have added everything that you have done, mention the year as well. Also, just write what you have done in that school. So I've just written, that I was in the school for 2 years from grade 11th to 12th. And this is what all I've done, that I've participated in these activities, these societies, and I've represented my school in various business conclaves. So everything that you have done while you were in the school.
Yeah, I feel pretty much same. I won't like to drag this any further. Same ही चीज है. One thing which I would like to add is just don't add your 10th and 12th university or board test scores in the education section, because LinkedIn also provides you a test score wala section niche if you scroll down. So add your significant classes के marks there, like 10th and 12th, or undergraduation का semester 6 के scores. Add all of those here. It makes more sense.
Yeah, so this is the test score section that Shruti was talking about. So here you could specifically add that in your 10th you scored this much, in your 12th this much, and if you have given any other entrance test, you could also write that as well. Right, so the next we have the licenses and certification section. So now this is not a section that everyone would have in their profile. Like the above sections at which we talked about were very much fixed and almost everyone had them. But licenses and certification is that if you have attended, you have taken up various courses, like I had taken up a course of digital marketing on HubSpot, so you can mention that. I also had a 180 degree in consulting. SRCC ka workshop was there, so I had attended that as well. So this is something that depends. If you have, taken up courses and workshops, then you could mention it over there. Mhm.
Yeah, volunteering section, I feel not everyone has this, but if you have it, it's good. You can add those stuffs. It just makes your LinkedIn profile well optimized and थोड़ा bulky लगता है, देखने में अच्छा लगता है. So just add those stuffs. Add the company name where you have volunteered, add the role for which you have volunteered, and if you have any certificate, then just click a picture, add that, because it feels more credible enough and people know, okay, you have actually done it, and it's not just a false information.
Yeah, right. Okay, so afterwards you have these skills. So all the various things that you have mentioned up till now in your LinkedIn profile. So according to that, you have the skill section already ready, and people could actually endorse that. So if people comes upon your profile and like Yash has endorsed me for this particular skill, so it's the reason that he knows me and he feels that whatever I've written is true and credible. So that is the reason he endorsed me. And this endorsements, it shows ki, if anyone who doesn't knows me, if an unknown person is visiting my profile, then they knows that, this is not something that she has faked. If people are endorsing her, then it means that this is true. This just adds upon to the trust that people have in me. So it's for the credibility and authenticity part. Yeah, then you could have the recommendations. Afterwards you have the honors and the awards section. So if you have participated in competitions, you could add them over here with a little description.
I feel if you are creating content on LinkedIn, then make sure you have some sort of recommendations, because that actually helps in getting brand collaborations and building a credibility on the platform of LinkedIn. That helps a lot. So make sure whenever you're collaborating with someone, or even if you are good friends with someone, just ask them to write a LinkedIn, what do you say, endorsement, give me an endorsement and write a recommendation for me. But yeah, I believe having a recommendation section actually helps a lot if you are creating content on LinkedIn very actively.
Right, okay. Then we had the test score section. We already told you about that. Uske baad you have the languages section. So if you have, multiple languages, you could just place them over here. So I know English, Hindi, and Punjabi, so I wrote them. There isn't much to explain it over here. It's just simple section as the name suggests. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So it just summarized your profile as, yeah.
That's it for today's video. We hope you get something out of it and you actually got to learn how you could optimize your LinkedIn profile. So yeah, keep following us, keep sharing this video, like, comment, share if you want to get something out of us. We make such contents about personal development, self-help, and growth. So yeah, bye.